Oh, I had to sneeze and then it went away. That was fun. Y'all are lucky. I was trying to time it to sneeze at the start of the video, but I guess that treat's going to come in a later video. Watch out. Alright, 1.8, simplifying algebraic expression. So this lesson starts off talking about the distributive property. If you need a refresher on that, go to my properties video. There is a little bit different way of doing it in this, not a different way, but just a new way to show you how to do it in this example. So, or in this lesson. So I'll just show you a couple of the examples they give us. So simplifying algebraic expressions. So they give us d plus x plus 2. So order of operations tells us parentheses first. There's nothing we can do this time because we have x plus 2 and there's no way we can add those two things together. So what we'll do instead is we'll go to the next step. But first we need to drop the parentheses. And we can do that by looking at the sign outside of the parentheses. We have a positive, and we'll distribute it through. So what's a positive times x? That'll give us positive x. And what's a positive times positive 2? That'll just give us positive 2. All right, so we distributed through the positive. We got rid of the parentheses. This is what we're left with. Nothing fancy. Now let's take a look at another example. R minus y minus 12. All right, PEMDAS tells us parentheses first. Once again, there's nothing we can do. So the next step is we'll do multiplication. Distribution is a form of multiplication. So we'll see it right here. So this time we have a negative that needs to be distributed through. So what's negative times a positive y? Well, we have an odd number of negatives, so that just means negative y. Next, we'll do a negative times negative 12. Remember, we're multiplying by each term. Negative times negative 12. Well, two negatives make a positive. That gives us positive 12. There we go. Distributed through the negative. Let's take a look at this example. A plus 3, 7, z plus 2. Nothing we can add inside, so let's distribute through, because that's our next step is multiplication. We have multiplication right here with distribution. First we got 3 times 7z. 3 times 7 is 21 times z is 21z. And now we got 3 times positive 2. Well, positive 3, that's important. It's a positive 3 because of the plus in front of it. Positive 3 times positive 2 gives us positive 6. Now let's take a look at one more example. M minus 12, 2w plus 4. Now this is important. Well, first parentheses, nothing we can do here, so we move on to multiplication. Distribution is a form of multiplication. Let's distribute this 12. Psych! It's a negative 12. There's a negative in front of it, so we're distributing through the negative 2. Very important that you catch these little signs, because remember, the term isn't just defined by the chunk, it's defined by the chunk plus the sign in front of it. So we're multiplying through negative 2. So m, we have negative 12 times 2w. What's negative 12 times 2? Negative 4 times w, or negative 24 times w, negative 24w. And then we have negative 12 times 4, positive 4, odd number of negatives gives us a negative 48. Okay, so that's how we need to treat distribution with negative numbers in problems like this. Now let's go over like terms. What does it mean to be like terms? Like terms means same variables and same exponent. Now these are important because like terms can be combined. You'll often hear combining like terms. And this combining is referring to addition and subtraction. But let's just go through these examples a little more. We have 6y, this is on page 32 in case you're following along, example 1.8b. 6y, 2z, 12y, and 6. Well, what are the like terms is the question. Well, which ones have the same variables and same exponents? The only ones we see are the y's right here. So 6y and 12y are considered like terms. Now, if we were to add those together, we would get 18y. We just add the coefficients when we come into problems like this. Let's look at a little bit bigger example. 3x plus 12y minus 4x plus 5y. So we want to simplify. We can only simplify by combining like terms, and like terms have the same variables and same exponents. What you can do is you can use different shapes. So for example, if we have x, let's make all the x's squares, and the x terms, so the whole term. Terms include the sign in front of it. And then for the y's, we can circle them. So this makes it easier to work with. So now we see, let's work on combining these. 3x, and we read the signs minus 4x. Well, what's a 3 minus 4? That's going to be a negative 1x, and we can just write it as negative x. And then we have positive 12y plus 5y. 12 plus 5 is 17, positive 17, positive 17y. Bam. That's pretty much all we got for this lesson. Everything else is just built on, or just more examples of what we already went. You just got to take it slow and think about your signs and your like terms. Bye!